Hi students, this is Dr. Nisha Varshney once again with one more chapter of political science, which is very interesting. Those students who would like to join politics, for them it is very interesting. Well, this subject of political science itself is very much interesting for those students who actually want to enter politics and make it as their important career. Yes, this is one of the important careers of social sciences. Why not? Okay, so let's understand, learn it in detail, and to make up, and which helps us in making up our mind to join politics. Fine. So the chapter is all about what is political parties. So what is political party? Those who contest election. So let's go to the history to understand it. In 18th century or 19th century, there was always a monarchy system. Okay, and the concept of democracy emerged through French Revolution 1789, that we did in class 9th. Slowly, gradually, democracy enveloped the entire world, and today 80% of the world is democratic. And in democracy, fundamental thing is that the ruler is chosen by the people from, among themselves, and this way they can come as a ruler and can run the country. Okay, so this is the process. Now you think, if in a large country there are so many people and all of them would like to enter into the politics, so is it possible? Will that be systematic? This will not be a systematic, will create so much problem and hue and cry, because no one is there to take responsibility. So the people, those who are interested into politics and in running the countries, they have certain ideologies. Their ideologies are being followed by many other members. This way they are in the position and in the situation that if they contest election, so others will vote for them. Okay, so fundamental thing to contest election or to come into the ruling class or to rule the country, it is important that you should have your ideologies, you should have your own members to follow, those who would vote for you, or you can join some groups or existing political parties, those who have their own ideologies which influence you, and you can join them. So this way we see so many groups, or you can say political parties, having different ideologies, and they offer option to all other people either joining them or voting for them, because not all would like to contest election. Correct? Only some percentage of people would like to come into the politics and contest election and would like to rule. Okay, so but for that, we in a democracy, we need to understand those ideologies. We should have faith. Here the word faith is used in the political parties. If I vote for you and we all of us are handing our country to you for 5 years, so we have faith in you that you are going to run and rule and will take decision for our benefit and for our welfare. Is that okay? So this is why we need political parties. So fundamentally, in meaning, what is written, please write the first question. What do you mean by political party? A political party is a group of people who come together to contest elections and hold power in the government. They agree on some policies and programs for the society with the view to promote to the collective good. So whatever they are going to do, there has to be the element of collective good in the mind of a political leader. Correct? So first thing, why do we form political parties? Correct? And who are the component and what are the components of it? So there are 3 components. One is leader, who is the main person who has started with the concept. Okay, and the second is members, those who associate that leader day and night, and the last one are the followers, those who vote for them. Correct? So these are the 3 major components of any political party. Fine. And interestingly, there is one pink letter. In pink letter, a partisanship word is given. So parties are, what is partisanship? Actually, parties are also called partisanship, means they are part of the society but belonging to different ideologies. but living in the same society. Can you tell, if you belong to X political party, can you ask why political party to leave your country? You cannot, because all of you form a society, but in that society people belong to different ideologies. So if there are 100 political parties, so in your society people have 100 partisans, right? Parts, and these parts form, or you can say is called partisanship, in which the person is one person or one group is having different ideology than the other. Is that okay? So this way we learned two terms, what is meaning, components, and what do you mean by partisanship. Three things we have learned. So then there is a very interesting cartoon given. You look at the cartoon on the top. What is this? All are speaking, telling, yelling, and Aam Janta is standing and just holding the newspaper and thinking who will help us and who will form the government next. Okay, such kind of a, cartoons are there on politicians a lot in the newspaper, which you can enjoy in class 12 political science, and 11th you have a lot to enjoy, correct? So let us move little further. What are the functions of political parties? What do they do actually? So there are 7 functions mentioned here. First, main objective is to contest the election. Otherwise, why have you formed political party? Then you can form any NGO to help people. NGO is basically non-government organization which help people, and political parties means those who are willing to contest election. Without that, they were not formed. That was not their ideology. So first is to contest election. If they have contested election, they have formed the government. So what are they going to do? They have to form the policies and programs which they have promised. So if somebody has promised to build a temple and the person is doing so, so this is called what? The promise, which was the agenda of the political party before contesting the election, correct? So this is the job of the ruling party, correct? Next we have these parties, after winning the election, program policies and form laws, correct? So they also make laws for the welfare of the country, and the laws should favor all, should not discriminate, and should not annoy any other social group. If there is any issue or differences of opinion, so that can be negotiated, that's not an issue, but it has to, 80% people should be benefited out of that law. 100% cannot be benefited. In our houses we are 5 members and we are fighting on petty issues. So in country like India, where 132 crore people are living together, they will not come on single issue of agreement. If there is a war, then I am telling you, still some people would come, no, India should not go for war. This is a fact. So third one is that to form, and fourth one is that to form and run the government. I hope I have cleared. Some points are interrelated and it seems that they are repeated, but if you read them carefully, they are different from each other. So to contest election, to make plans and policies, to make laws, and to run the government. In case if you are not able to get majority, so you will not going to form the government, but you are going to sit in opposition. What is opposition? Those who have got votes, won the election, but could not get majority to form the government. Now they are into the opposition. So what is the job of the opposition? To always watch what the ruling party is doing, and if something is being lacking or done wrong or ignored, so this is the job of the opposition party to bring it up and to put in the eye of the ruling party. Please work on that. Okay, so this is the basic fundamental job of the opposition party. The next one, sixth, to shape public opinion. What people want, okay, what is their desire, to do research work, to go meet them, ask them, look for their opinion, then move accordingly, because handful of people, those who are ruling the country, may not be successful in long run if they are not representing what the janta of the country wants, what the citizens of the country want. Okay, so 6th point is to shape public opinion. And last, parties provide people access to government machinery and welfare schemes. Some people are not aware what they are being offered. They are so innocent or uneducated or living in far off places to bring the benefits of the government policies to them. So certain political parties are in that functioning. They're involved in that functioning, correct? So they help people to be benefited by the government schemes and the policies. So that is also one of their jobs. So 7 functions we have discussed in detail. If you have any issue, you can ask me. They're very easy. So far we have done majorly what is meaning, what is partisanship, what are the components, and what are the functions. Next, necessity of political party. Again, which I have actually explained while starting the chapter. Necessity means zarurat hai. In a democracy, how will you run democracy? This is a fundamental requirement. Who will take responsibility? Ruler, if he is single, assume if he gets vote anyhow, and he will say, I did this because nobody was there, I did, I wanted, and this was my wish to do so. Can he say so? He cannot say so. So he has to be responsible. So responsibility should be there in the hands of political parties, and you can pinpoint to any political party, you did this mistake, because of you we all are suffering, or you have done this, we are being benefited. So necessity is there, because otherwise nobody will take responsibility, and nobody then democracy cannot be functioned. Fundamentally it will be dismantled automatically. There is no one to take and to move it forward. That is why. And there are certain pictures given of villages in different parts of the country where political activities take place. Women participation is also high in some of the villages, and how beautifully the village walls are painted, which is given on the previous page. But this time it has been stopped. In urban areas you cannot put up the posters, and you cannot destroy the walls of public property. Next question. Next section of the chapter, how many parties should we have? So in India, small and big, we have 750 political parties in India, and we have 3 levels of election, as we know: center, state, and local. So it does not mean that if you form your political party, you have to be at all the levels. It is up to your reach, how many people you have reached to, and how many people you may start from a local body, you can go to a state level, then you can move on. So this way you have the scope to grow, correct, in India with 3 levels of the elections. But let's move to the world. So in the world we have figured out, in India, as I have discussed, this is called, if there are many political parties, more than 750, this is known as multi-party system. So in India, people do not always follow one political party. They keep on shifting their loyalties from one party to other party, because they think that this party is not functioning well, so they shift to the other. But there are certain loyal people, those who have been in one particular political party from last 70 years since independence, and their entire families are into it. So this is up to the individual to individual. Next, what is the scenario in the world? So in the world, basically there are 2-party system, especially in large democracies. See, India is the largest in the world. There is no comparison of India anyhow in terms of conducting election and with the different social groups. So in England, UK, and in USA, they have mainly 2 political parties. Yes, only mainly 2. So half of the population is divided like this, either this or that. So 2-party system is there in major, or you can say, popular nations. And the next one is your 1-party system, which is called the Communist Party system, which is found in your neighboring country called China, or certain Thailand and all that. So there the communism is basically the popular way of ruling the people. That is a different concept of running the country with different ideologies. You must have done something on communism. What is the communist society? And we are into democracy. In a communist society, basically the fundamental thing is that there will be only one party. You have to choose members of that political parties. You can just change those members, but the party is going to remain one only. You don't have a freedom to form your own political party, which we have in India. So this is the basic difference between the democracy and the communism, correct? So please write down the next question. Explain party systems of the world. Explain different party systems of the world. So that you will find answer on page number 77 in 3-4 paragraphs given here. Very easy to understand. 1-party system, two-party system and multi-party system. And multi-party system in India, you can give example of the coalition government. Sometimes one political party is not able to form the government, so it has to take help from other political parties to form the government. So this is called multi-party system, in which coalition system is there. Okay. Next, let us go in little detail of Indian political parties. So as I've discussed, we have 3 levels of election, but we are going to discuss here 2 levels of political parties, national and state. At national level means the political party which is found across the country are 7 in numbers according to the latest NCERT, and many regional and state political parties. State means which is found in one state, regional means which is found in more than 2-3 states, which are given here. So let us first understand the formula to become national political parties. There is a formula, yes, there is a formula to be followed by the Election Commission. I hope you are aware who is what is Election Commission and what is the job of Election Commission and who is Election Commissioner, okay, who lays down the rules for the elections every time, correct. So this is one rule. If you want to get recognized, you have to go to the Election Commission. Please read on page number 79, right hand side. A party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the legislative assembly of a state, correct, and wins at least 2 seats is recognized as the state party. If you are in state called Goa, there you have secured 6% of vote out of the population of, assume 1 lakh, 6% would be 6,000 plus 2 seats you have got in that state legislative assembly. Then you will be called as a state political party. In case of national political party, if you have secured again 6% of total valid votes, valid here means sometimes votes are destroyed in terms of technical issues. So valid votes means which are really counted and they have proper details that this particular vote was being contested, okay. So Lok Sabha or assembly and 6%, and along with that you should go 4 seats in election, 6% of total votes in Lok Sabha or assembly election in 4 states and wins at least 4 seats in Lok Sabha, correct. So 6% votes and 4 seats in Lok Sabha, 6% votes and 2 seats in state legislative assembly. So this way you can become national political party or state political party, correct. So this is the formula you have to remember. As I've discussed, at national level we have 7 political parties given on the next page. First is INC, second BJP, then Bsp, then CPIM, then CPI, then NCP, and the next one is your All India Criminal Congress, correct. So what you have to do, write their names. Second point, write the formation year, when was they formed. They have different years. Write number 3, leaders, important leaders, those who have started with this political party, okay. Right. Number 4, ideology. What is the ideology of BJP? What is the ideology of NCP? What is the ideology of All India Criminal Congress, correct. Last, where are they found majorly, means where is their vote base, from where they have got maximum votes to form, they were able to form their government, correct. So this way you have to complete all of them. So I am just picking one by one, right from the INC. This is the oldest political party of India, formed in 1885, okay, and under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru we got first prime minister from this party. Until 1977 this party was there continuously at center level. Then it came again from 80 to 89. So more or less you can check how many years, 40 years, 50 years was being ruled by only Congress political party. But in later on it got its base reduced, so it was not able to secure majority seats in 2014. So it narrowed down to the opposition party, correct. Sometimes they are ruling party, sometimes they are the opposition party. Let's talk about the ideologies. Okay, what are the fundamental ideologies of this political party? So this is basically they believe in democratic republic, secularism, and to build a modern country. So these are the fundamental things, means believe in secularism, democracy, and brought new modern techniques for the country's development. So that was the in a nutshell of INC. Then we have BJP, was founded in 1980. However, previously it was known as Jan Sangh, Bharatiya Jan Sangh, then Janata Party, then Bharatiya Janata Party in 1980 till date. Okay, so it never came into the picture till 1996 for 13 months, and in 1998 for full 5-year term with coalition government, and since 2014 it is ruling as a major political party, and their fundamental objective is Hindutva, to not Hindutva in the sense to belong to one particular religion, to preserve Hindu culture in the country. Okay, so this is something has been given, and Jammu and Kashmir, they always wanted to bring it into the major map of India, and always wanted that Jammu and Kashmir should remain important part of the country, because in Jammu and Kashmir there was a different constitution, they had different flag, so system of Jammu and Kashmir's government was completely different. Now it has been changed into 2 union territories, that we are aware of it from last year only, 2019, 5th August. So that we have to always remember that what the political party promises, if the political party fulfills those promises, so we should always appreciate that why did we vote for that party. If not, we should not trust that party, we should change the party. Next we have Bsp, Bahujan Samaj Party. The former founding member is Kanshi Ram. In 1984 it was formed. This particular party belongs to Dalit, social scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and this way it helps in catering the vote bank of this backward class. Basically it is known as the backward class, and the major base is in UP. Fine. So they have formed thrice, and I think 4 times they have formed their government in UP, this particular party. Okay. Next we have CPIM, which was a former LA of CPI. So let us start from CPI first. So CPI is Communist Party of India, which was founded in 1925 on the grounds of Marx and Leninism philosophy. So these are the 2 important sociologists, you can say, of the history, contemporary history, belongs to Russia, brought up this concept that everything should belong to a community, not to a particular political group, dominant group. So community at large is important, and whatever any country has should be distributed to them equally. That is their philosophy, but it got splitted into 2. So in 1964 they got splitted. One became CPIM, the other remained as CPI. Both of them have the same ideology fundamentally, and they are found fundamentally in the same states. So Kerala, Tripura, West Bengal, they have been there since independence. Fine. So Kerala was the first state of India which, after independence of 1947, we had election in 1952. This was the first state of India which had communist government. Okay, else Congress has been ruling in all the states. Next we have NCP, Nationalist Congress Party, formed in 1919. It was former LA of the Congress Party, got splitted under Sharad Pawar, who is current associate, I think member of coalition government of in Maharashtra 2020. They have formed their government coalition. Shiv Sena, Congress, and this NCP has formed their coalition government. So they have they follow Gandhian secularism, equity, and social justice. Correct. And last one we have All India Tribunal Congress, came into picture in 1998 under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee. In I think she has been ruling from last 2 terms in West Bengal, so her base is strong there, and this way it has covered Manipur and Tripura. They follow secularism, in which they do not believe in one particular religion. Okay, so we have 7 political parties. I have discussed what you have to learn in that. clearly. So let us move to the state political party. So state means if they are found in one state, or region means if they are found in more than one or two states. So every state, if you, which state you belong to, you look at the popular political party of your state, correct? So we have certain examples like Biju Janata Dal, Sikkim Democratic Front, Mizoram, National Front. So these are found in different states of Sikkim, Mizoram and Odisha, correct? On the next page 82, we have so many political parties shown here, just for your reference to understand how India belongs to different political parties. Not one social group is dominating in any way, cannot be done, correct? So this is the beauty of Indian democratic country. Differentiate, write down the next question, differentiate between national political parties and state political parties, correct? Importantly, this is asked, and how national political parties and state political parties are formed. You have to write that formula. And if some parties is asked off national level, then you have to write in detail, which I have explained you. Moreover, they are normally they are asked in one-liners, correct? Not in that you write a one paragraph or on BJP or INC, not like that, correct? Second last topic is challenges to the political parties. Indian people are losing their faith in democratic system. They think all parties are alike, they don't work, they don't fulfill their promises, and they don't listen to the demands of the people. So let us see, there are 4 problems which has been seen in political system of India. First is your lack of internal democracy. What does it mean? If this is a political party of 5,000 members, so if any and there is a hierarchy which has leader, supporters and all that's members. So they have hierarchy based on presidents, vice presidents, secretary, and etc, etc. So it has been found that in political parties, internal democracy is lacking. Internal democracy means they do not consider their old members. New members come and join, or a new generation of leader is being taken into consideration first, rather than the old and experienced people. So they even do not have fairness in their process of electing or giving positions to the people in their political parties. That is called internal democracy. So which creates conflict within the political party, and they got splitted, and this give confusion to the voter. Previously he was in this party, now he is into this party. What is happening? So this kind of a issue is being seen in political parties in India. Second is your use of money and muscle power. No, second is your dynastic succession. This is self-explanatory, and you can see it clearly that one family is ruling since independence. So why is this so? So why dynasty, or why one family is given important? How? Because the political party is made up of members and they belong to different families. Why don't you give chance to others? If only one family would rule the political party, so indirectly this one family is going to rule the country. They are not going to think about others. They will think about themselves. So this is the issue at state level as well as at national level. I know I don't think so there is any need to tell me the name of those political parties. That is self-explanatory. Next we have third one is money and muscle power. So we have seen that money is used while taking tickets at the time of election. So this is very discriminatory practice, that if you have money, you go to any political party, the political party will provide you the ticket without seeing your credentials, whether you are eligible to contest or not. That is the main issue. Or use of physical power. So even somewhere it has been also seen that voters are threatened to vote for that particular political party. Third challenge. Last one is no meaningful choice. People have pissed off after seeing so many political parties and not doing their job. They are being corrupted, they are shifting their ideologies, not promising, not doing what they have promised, not looking after the needs of the people. So there are 4 issues. Clear? First was your no internal democracy, dynastic succession, money and muscle power, and last, no meaningful choice to the people. All have become alike, whether you vote to X or Y. Correct? So this way we have covered the second last question, what challenges are faced by political parties. Very important, very interesting, and very repeated. This question comes very often, 50 to 60% this question comes. Next and last one is, what can we do to improve this situation? So this is called reforms. How can we bring changes to the system so the problems of political parties can be eroded? So there are certain steps taken and there are certain suggestions. So this answer will be divided into two categories, steps taken and suggestions. Steps taken, 1, we saw the problem of defection. What is defection? If I am an X party, after winning election under the head of X party, I am shifting to the Y party because Y party is offering me something else. So what is happening? This is, you are changing your loyalty just to have personal gains. So this was the problem seen since ages. So there is one cartoon in class 12 political science, Ayaram and Gayaram. Sometimes you come and sometimes you go. So there was one person, Gayalal, who changed his political parties thrice in 15 days. So you cannot trust anyone. So to stop this practice, Election Commission has made a law. Defection, if it is practiced, then your ticket will be cancelled or your candidature will be cancelled. Correct? Second, before contesting election, you have to show details of your income, your liability, your past criminal cases. Everything you have to open in front of the public, and that will be published on the website of the political party as well, and election commissioner. So as a voter, if I want to know my candidate, I can go and check his credential, whether he is eligible or he is just like the person who has just given money and got the ticket. Okay, so 2 steps were taken, and reforms and suggestions. There is a suggestion that there has to be funding by the state government in the election. So people or political parties are not under pressure to use their own money or to look for money from other influential sources, which may lead to corruption. 1. So this is a suggestion that state parties, funding should be from the state government. Second, at the time of election. Second, women participation should be made compulsory in election by all political parties, 1/3. So every political party should have women candidates, more, and the minimum 1/3. So these kind of things are made important. And one more suggestion, whatever you are doing, your internal affairs, whatever you are doing for the people, put up on your website, everything. So there are good political parties, those who show everything, what are they doing, okay, on their website. So this way it is called transparency. These are the 3 suggestions. If you implement it, so people automatically build trust in you and may vote for you. So I have finished this chapter called political parties. Small, easy to understand chapter, not very difficult, and very good profession to practice. So I hope some of you may have aptitude towards politics. Go through this chapter. Any issue, any difficulty, I am just a mail away, or in a doubt classes we can cover it, reminding you to take class and chapter in. Thank you.